All right, let's talk Lomachenko. We'll get right into it. I mean, coming off a great win against Jason Sosa, and what I'm going to break down today, I want to try to keep it, under like maybe 8, 9, 10 minutes. But I want to break down the next opponents, who I'm nearly positive is going to be, and just kind of an immediate reaction to the fight we had last Saturday. Just a great fight, by the way. It was just, look, Sosa showed up to win. I don't think he was in there to lay down. And then, of course, if you go back and watch my prediction video, it went just like I said it would. It's going to look like, this Matrix meets exhibition match, and that's exactly what it looked like. This dude is just on another level. I mean, the separation in skills is night and day, and I knew it going in, and I even predicted the round. I said, he would either get knocked out or it would be a TKO, and that's exactly what happened. You had Loma showboating in the fight, which I kind of liked. That didn't really bother me, where he was like kind of mimicking Sosa throwing these wild haymakers kind of thing, and so I don't know. That doesn't really bother me. Reminds me of Roy Jones or Prince Asim or Prince. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. I'm talking about Prince, so I call him Hasim. But yeah, and then okay, so you got Loma. He said if he wins the fight, he will move up to lightweight. Okay, now who do you have there? Before I get into that, like I said, I've got about four names I want to share with you guys. Let me talk about the undercard. Usyk, okay? He looked great. I mean, I was a fan before, but I'm a fan now. I mean, Hunter was game, and this is the cruiserweight fight on the undercard. Hunter was game, looked good, hell of a fight, great fight. And Usyk, he's got that awkward kind of just style. I don't know. It's kind of uncomfortable to watch at first, but then you realize like that's just how he fights, and it kind of grows on you. It's just like this different style he has. So it's a very unorthodox style, but I like it. I want to see what's next for him. Maybe a Kovalev, or a Beterbiev. I know it's different divisions, but I think now that he's gaining popularity, maybe he might be willing to, try out another division. But just big shout out to him. Great fight, congratulations. That kind of thing. So, and probably going back to the Loma Sosa fight, round 4 or 5, just great rounds. I mean, it was a showcase of skills by Loma. This dude is just incredible, and he did exactly what I said he would do. He's going to use creative punching, angles, pivoting. I mean, just exactly what I said he would do. It's not that I'm anything special. It's not hard to predict what he's going to do, but the real question, on everyone's mind is where does he go from here? Okay, and we know he made the jump from featherweight from 126 up to 130. So the Rigo fight, I'm not even going to talk about Rigondeaux. I'm going to leave that for another discussion, because I don't know, I've talked about it way too much. So and it's and look, and I guess there's never a good time to bring this up, but I'll bring it up now. There's like a lot of racism going on in the YouTube community, a lot of biased commentating, people that, are pretending to be, reporters, but they're just supporting this narrative they have, this pro-black or this pro-white, whatever it may be, narrative. And, we're about boxing. I don't care if it's a black, white, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not, hyping up Lomachenko because he's a white guy, and I've heard other people on other channels saying, white people are looking for the next, great white hope or whatever. I don't care about that, because again, I care about boxing. It doesn't matter the color. I mean, really, like, that's never even crossed my mind. I mean, literally, that thought never crossed my mind until I heard other people like accusing people of it. I was like, "Oh, really? Like, people really think that? Like, they care? Like, it's crazy to me." So, but anyway, again, we cater to boxing fans. I don't give a shit what color you are. So, all right, look. Let's get into his opponents, okay? You got Mikey Garcia at 135. Okay, let me let's I got the picture here. We'll start with Terrence Crawford. Okay, Terrence Crawford, 30-0. We know he's at 140 light welter. He'd have to move up 2 divisions to take that fight. Okay, so I'm thinking reasonably here. I mean, I'm giving you just every situation just really quick. Okay, Mikey, or like I just mentioned, Mikey Garcia. He's at 135, so that would only be, one division up. He'd have to move up 5 pounds, but because, like I said, right now Loma is at 130 pounds. Garcia is at 135. Okay, so possibly Terry Flanagan. Again, he'd have to move up 135, so basically he's going to have to move up to take Flanagan, Garcia, and move up 2 divisions to fight Crawford. Okay, so 1 division for Flanagan, Garcia, 2 divisions for Crawford. Okay, so Orlando Salido rematch. Okay, and Salido 43, 13, and 4, still at the 130 pound division. So, they're in the same division as of now. I mean, unless something changed, I'm not a big Salido fan. I had to look him up because, I'm just not a big Salido fan. But as far as I know, these guys are in the same division. And Bob Arum just put out a statement about an hour ago, that said they have basically kind of narrowed it down to 2 opponents, and that's Flanagan or Salido. Okay. And I just have a kind of a gut feeling they'll go with Flanagan. I really do. Now, there's another name out there right now, Jezreel Corrales. Jezreel Corrales, okay? 130-pound division. Right now, he is the WBA title holder, okay? So here's the choices. So Loma can fight Corrales and unify, okay? Unify for the WBA, right? And not move out of his division. That's option number 1. Option number 2, Terry Flanagan, but he's got to move up to 135, okay? Option number 3, Mikey Garcia, again, got to move up. Option number 4, Terrence Crawford. So I don't see Loma jumping up 2 weight divisions right now. So to me, we're going to boil it down to Garcia, Flanagan, or Jezreel Corrales for the unification. So I mean, that's, when you look at it, you have to break it down like that. I mean, it's no different than the promoter would do. Like, what would Bob Arum do? So, but here's the thing. I mean, I know Bob Arum. Like, do they want to put him in a risky fight with, like, a Garcia? I don't think so, because I think out of the Garcia fight and the Flanagan fight, I think the Garcia fight is just far more dangerous. So I'm probably going to go with Terry Flanagan, okay? And as like a wild card, I would say Jezreel Corrales for that WBA unification. So those are my 2 names that I have. And now there might be some other dude out there that, it's like you never know what Bob Arum is going to do. It's like, look at the Amir Khan Pacquiao situation that just went down. It's like, now we're back to Jeff Horn, so you just never know what he's going to do, And look, that incredible amateur career that Loma has really, really showed up in the fight tonight, or last night, 2 nights ago. 396 or 97 actually amateur fights, only losing once. Okay, so that really showed up. You could just see that amateur pedigree. What I like about Loma, it's that creative punching, man. It's just it's just these crazy wild punches. He'll knock your glove out of the way. Tap the left, and then there's this like crazy uppercut that comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, he ducks and he's on the other side of the ring. So he's fun to watch. Okay. And, as boxing fans, you guys should really support him because he's good for boxing. Look, you get these casuals or these kind of maybe crossover fans that are interested in boxing and they see like a lomachenko fight. They're immediately drawn in because he is, he's a lot of fun to watch, So I don't know. So it seems to me anyone that is about boxing would, be more than willing to support him because, he will bring in a lot of new people. This is your next Manny Pacquiao, your next whoever it may be. I think anyway, and I think, like I said, I don't think anyone will ever, hit 8, 9, 10 divisions, moving through like Pacquiao did, but, he's on his way. Now, the question is, what division will be the most challenging? Because I mean, you gotta worry. Will his power carry up? I mean, we know he has the skill, the ability, the stamina, but really the only thing you got to be concerned with is the power, because he's not really this hardcore power puncher, right? I mean, yes, he does have power, but he's not labeled a power puncher. So where does it dry up at? Does it dry up at 140? Welterweight maybe 140. So we don't know. We just really don't know. And he could grow into a division, but I think his skill alone is enough, to get him a win. You know what I mean? He could basically be, decent power, say at welterweight, and just his ability and his skill would be enough to win the fight, even if it went to the judges, right? 12 rounds. So that's kind of how I look at that when people say, well, Loma's not a power puncher. I'm like, yeah, but he can win decisions, right? Now his chin, will it hold up? I don't know, so, and no one knows. So, right? You just kind of have to wait and see. But anyway, look, I mentioned, let me just kind of go back up a little bit. I really think it's going to be, Terry Flanagan. I mean, I don't know. I just can't see them unifying because, I mean, I know he's put out a couple of videos over the past couple of months talking about unification, how he wants to unify, so we'll see. And then you guys remember he had that big online beef with Mikey Garcia, but again, he would need to move up. And I think if he does move up, he probably learned his lesson in the Salido fight. You need to acclimate. You got to acclimate to that style, or that size. And so I don't know. I don't see him just jumping up into a Garcia fight, but it wouldn't surprise me either, And honestly, I wouldn't hold it against him because I mean the only thing that I would worry about, you don't want to get too many losses on your record, right? So you might want to try out that 135-pound division, get you a good powerful puncher as an acclimation fight, and then let it be known. Just say, hey, I'm moving up to 135. I'm going to take on this dude right here, and then we're going to get in there with a Crawford or Flanagan, Garcia, something like that. So maybe like I said, maybe an acclimation fight. Could be a unification fight with Corrales, but I don't know. But then again, he could just jump right on up. So, but if he does make that jump, I'm going to bet on Terry Flanagan. I just styles make fights, and I think I'm almost like 100% positive Loma can beat Terry Flanagan. So I think they'll go with that one. But that's my opinion. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Who should he fight next? I mean, did I miss anything? Did I leave anyone out? Did I get anything wrong? I'm really curious to hear back from you guys. I mean, you guys maybe like watching the videos. I love reading the comments, so my favorite part of, the actual video isn't making it. I like to read the comments and talk, kind of communicate with you guys, talk back and forth. Now, we're going to do another Q&A. The last one was a lot of fun, and I didn't realize, we'd have so many people participating. So this time I'll put a lot more effort into it and try to give, more detailed answers. But last time it was just trying it out. I wanted to see if anyone would even participate, and we ended up with I don't know, man, 200 people, something like that. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone out there. The channel is growing, really, really quick. I mean, for boxing. And look, let me end on this. It's hard to make it on YouTube with boxing. It really is. I mean, I can make a channel about politics, about cars, about guns, about technology, whatever, other things that I'm interested in, and probably have a really good channel, right? But boxing, man, it's a tough, it's a tough place to make it. It is. I mean, you have just a handful of guys out there that have made it through, but I think we have what it takes, and I think that the people that are a part of this channel are some of the the best boxing minds out there. So again, thank you to all of you, and I hope you guys have a good one.